All right, we are back with another reaction video. Back from visiting my peoples for Christmas. I hope everybody had a great holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or any other holiday. Any other holiday. Hope you had an amazing time with your family this last couple of weeks. I know you're out of school. Just hope you're having a good time. But today we're going to be reacting to one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, King of the Fourth Quarter, Kenny Beecham, the one and only. Now, just like me, Kenny is a Bulls fan, and we are struggling right now. We are struggling. He uploaded this video about a week ago. Obviously, I wasn't able to react to it or give my 2 cents on it because I have not been watching any YouTube videos. Like I've got to the point where I only watch basketball content for this channel. We're struggling. The video is okay. It's time for the Bulls to blow it up. Now I'm gonna just let y'all know this off rip. I do not believe in blowing up teams and taking teams. I think that is the worst way to try to build a fan base or keep a fan base because I just don't like it. The Bulls did it. They did it when they traded Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, when they did all of that. They tried it, didn't work. Got DeMar DeRozan, got Zach LaVine, made it to the playoffs last year, and this year they're struggling a little bit. Now, I have some reasons why I believe this team is struggling. I'm gonna hear what Kenny has to say, but blow it up is crazy. A team that was just the fourth seed last year, and we don't even have our star point guard back. You're talking about blow the team up? That's crazy. I hope you don't mean it. I hope you don't mean it.
What's the word, y'all? No, I'm not upset. No, I'm not disappointed. At the end of the day,
I'm
I'm
disappointed.
just tired of the Chicago
I'm
Bulls.
disappointed.
And I know that's a wild statement coming from a guy that is a diehard Bulls fan. It's right here. It's right there. It's tattooed on the leg. It's on the shirt. It's everywhere. But genuinely, I am tired of the Chicago Bulls right now. And the message is very simple. It's time to blow it up. It just is. I see it.
I that is so stupid. I hate hearing that. You would think this team has been together for years. Years. You would think this team has been together. This is their second season together, and they are not 100% healthy. Do I feel like a couple of pieces need to be moved around and traded? Yes, obviously. But to sit here and say blow up a team on their second, you acting like we talking about the Lakers. The Lakers have been together for like 3 or 4 years and they're not getting any better. This is the Bulls' second season together and they haven't been healthy. And you're talking about blow it up? Blow it up for what? I hope he. Oh, oh, and that's another thing. Oh, I'm triggered. When people say blow it up, I say for what? I hope he just doesn't say blow it up in the video. I hope he gives us some kind of idea of what direction the Bulls should go after blowing it up. Because if you just say blow it up, like I guess, but I need a little more than just that.
Everybody else watching these basketball games should see it. But for some reason, our front office doesn't. At least that's what they say. At least that's what they put on. Hopefully,
Blow it up is crazy.
But listen, I'm gonna make a promise right now because I don't really know where we stand on this channel when it comes to me and Bulls talk. Because honestly, I can talk about the Bulls all day, every day. It's my favorite team, whether they're doing really good or really bad. I don't really know what y'all expect from me, but I could honestly see somebody who doesn't like the Bulls or whatever being annoyed by me making so many Bulls-centric videos over the last couple seasons. So here's my promise to you.
You're a basketball.
This is the last Bulls-centric video we will do on this channel until they make a trade, and then we'll talk about that trade. And
do we even do that much Bulls content?
They gave up 150 points to the Minnesota
Timberwolves. Yeah.
Towns. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna list all of the people they were missing. They were missing like 4 to 5 rotations.
Defense is a big problem with the Bulls.
The Towns and Rudy Gobert, the 2 all-star caliber big men, and then you saw Nathan goddamn Knight. If Nathan Knight is putting you to bed, it's time to sell. It's time to rebuild. We're tired of it, man. And I don't speak for Bulls fandom. I'm just one guy that happens to be a Bulls fan. But it always blows my mind when I hear Bulls fans say, hey, it's cool. All we need is Lonzo Ball. Bro, Lonzo Ball is not suiting up this season.
No, he is not. That's fact. Sure I don't think Lonzo Ball is suiting up this season, but we still have next season. Like what? Like we still have next season. We still have the season after that. We have young players that are getting a chance to play now. We see Ayo Dosunmu getting a chance to get actual real NBA minutes because who knows if he would even be in the rotation right now if Lonzo Ball was playing. We have Kobe White who is doing phenomenal. He's been playing phenomenal these last 5 or 6 games. He came off the bench today and had like 15 points. He's a knockdown shooter. His defense could be a little better and his passing IQ could be a lot better. but he's still getting those real-time NBA minutes that he wouldn't be getting if Lonzo Ball was in the starting lineup. So what's waiting one more year? I mean, we were bad from 2016 to 2020. What's waiting one more year to see this team fully built, to have all of our pieces on the court? What is one more year?
They tell you 2 weeks ago that bro is struggling to walk upstairs. I don't know how you in your mind can say he will be back sometime this year. Lonzo, get well soon. Forget about basketball, because you not being able to like walk upstairs and stuff is some scary stuff. And we know this here in Chicago, because I remember Derrick Rose. He set out some games while he was here in Chicago, and he got some flack from the fans.
That
And
whole
what he
people
said
that
in the
whole first
interview
season he set
after
out
sitting out some games for personal
after he
reasons
tore
or
his
whatever,
ACL.
was he wanted to see his son. He wanted to be there for his son walking across the stage and this and that. Basically saying that his body's health is more important than.
And he got 8 for that. When Derrick Rose said that, look up shows talking about Derrick Rose after he said that. The thing he said was he wants to be able to walk his daughter down the aisle when she gets married. Bro, if you look at the backlash he got from that, it is crazy. It is crazy how people were attacking him for saying that. And I kind of get it, because like you you're not gonna be in a wheelchair and you playing in your 15th season still. Like you gonna play, Derrick. You gonna play. You gonna play.
Basketball in the moment. And Derrick Rose going through all those injuries, I understood. And with Lonzo Ball going through all these injuries, if he were to say something similar, I understand. Lonzo, get well soon. I'm telling Bulls fans, Lonzo's not coming through the door, so why the hell are we attaching ourselves to that as a possibility? Where Kenley, we were the one seed where Lonzo was playing. Dog, it was fool's gold. You saw it, I saw it. You saw it, I saw it.
I don't think it was fool's
we
gold.
might have been oblivious to it
I
because
don't
we were
know.
having such a good damn time because we.
I'm gonna pause it a lot because everything he's saying, like I kind of have to jump in. I don't think that was necessarily fool's gold, because let me just break it down. That's like saying the Lakers championship that they won was fool's gold. No, they had the team built around them to go out there and win that championship. Now, Lonzo Ball being that piece on top of adding Alex, like defenders like Alex Caruso, Derrick Jones Jr., Javante Green, like adding those defensive players around another defensive player already in Lonzo Ball, I feel like that would have been good. And then on top of that, looking back last year, out of that first half of the season, a lot of these games were controlled by Lonzo Ball. I bet you if you look last year, I bet you our fast break points are up. I bet you our total assists throughout the game is up. I bet you our steals are up. I bet you our perimeter defense, the amount of threes that we give up this year is out absurd to the amount of threes that we were giving up last year. So it's kind of crazy to think that one player can shift the culture of a team like that, but it can, especially on the defensive end when the Bulls struggle so much on defense. I feel like having Lonzo Ball in that starting lineup to run with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine to kind of give them a break on the defensive end so they can fully attack offensively. I feel like that's a big deal. I don't feel like it's fool's gold. It's in front of our face. I would say it's the exact opposite. It's showing us the exact opposite of it being fool's gold. Lonzo Ball in the starting lineup, we are the 1 seed. He is out of the starting lineup. We drop down to the 4th seed. He's not in the lineup at all to start this NBA season. We are the 11th seed in the NBA. I don't think that's fool's gold. I think Lonzo Ball just made that team better overall.
We went 5 straight years of being bad, and this is the first time we've been 1 seed going into the All-Star game. What?
And
we
that's
had that since D Rose.
okay. One other thing, that's a whole half of a season. It's not like we were the first seed going into November or December. We were the first seed going into March. March. We already played 40 something games. That's not a fluke. 40 games is a great sample size. Like, okay, these guys are serious. The way that DeRozan was playing, the way that Lonzo was playing, the way that Zach LaVine was playing, that was not fool's gold. That's a 40 plus game sample size. Lonzo Ball just got hurt, and that killed the team last year.
The MVP. So we turned an eye, but like at the end of the season they kept showing that graphic of us winning 1 game against good teams. You saw in the playoff series the Milwaukee Bucks were like, shoot it, we don't care. And the front office did nothing to address any of those problems. So you saying Lonzo Ball is going to be the savior is kind of wild to me, because I'm watching what you watching, bro. It's not the same. And unfortunately for us Bulls fans, again, I'm only speaking for myself, so I can't talk about all y'all Bulls fans. Some of y'all are okay with what's going on, which that's that's on you. I talked about this on my podcast before, and I might have even mentioned on this channel before. The Chicago Bulls front office made a huge bet when they came in. The Vucevic trade, we all could look at right
Oof.
now and on hindsight and say it was a
I
very
never liked
favorable
that.
trade.
I
I
never
don't
liked
think it's
that
top
trade.
four protected for the season. It
I
wouldn't
never
matter.
liked that trade.
Orlando Magic fans are super happy about it. Their
Never
team's on a
liked
win
it.
streak and the Bulls are on a losing streak. That's a W for them.
I
So
never
front
liked
office
that
makes
Vucevic
that
trade.
trade.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You're already like 10 minutes into the video, so I know you're enjoying the content. Why don't you go down there and hit that subscribe button? I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers before the end of 2022. Go and do your boy a solid. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get back to the video.
And then the next offseason, they make the trade for DeMar DeRozan. People forget that we threw a pick in that DeMar DeRozan trade. So, that's another first-round pick out the door. I don't know the protections on that one, but I'm assuming it's probably lightly because the first trade was lightly protected too. So the front office made two big trades, basically telling us we don't care about the future because we're building for the now. And the team that they built for the now can't win now against a Minnesota Timberwolves team
I don't feel like
that was missing 4 to 5 real rotational players and 2 of them being all-stars.
Let me just say this, because I want to make this absolutely clear. With Lonzo Ball in the lineup, do I think we are making it to the NBA Finals? No, I don't think we're making it to the finals. I don't think we're getting past that. I don't think we're getting past the Milwaukee Bucks team, even with Lonzo Ball. I don't think we're getting past that Boston Celtics team. Jason Tatum is playing out of his mind. He just had a Christmas game for the ages. So don't think that I'm just saying Lonzo Ball in the lineup makes us a championship contending team, but it makes us a playoff team. It makes us a four, top five seed in the NBA. I even throw top three in. I feel like Lonzo Ball we're a top three seed in the NBA. But when we get to the playoffs, I don't feel like we can make it past the conference finals. If it gets to that, probably second round exit, conference finals exit. If it gets to that, I just want to make that clear. I just want to make that crystal clear because I know I was talking. I was hyping Lonzo Ball up a little bit ago. I don't think that we are a championship contending team, but do I feel like we're still playoff contending teams? Yes. Do I still want to see my team in the playoffs these next couple of years? Yes. Do I want this team to totally go into rebuild in year 2? No, I don't want that. I don't want to see the team be bad for another 5 years. Like, look at, like he said, you seeing what I'm seeing. We both seeing the same thing. I know the Bulls have a new front office, but when have the Bulls ever been great at drafting? They got lucky with that number 1 overall pick in 2008 and got Derrick Rose. Since then, what have they been able to do? Who have they been able to draft that's come out and played like an all-star caliber player for the Bulls? I'm not talking about the Bulls draft him and then he trade him away and then 2 years later he's a all-star caliber player. I'm talking about the Bulls drafting him, built him up to be an all-star caliber player and kept him on the team. The Bulls aren't great at drafting. They drafted Patrick Williams at 4. They drafted Kobe White. I think Kobe White was 4 too. Kobe White might have been 7. But they drafted Kobe White at 7. Okay, so since 2016, the Bulls have been in the lottery 1, 2, 3, 4. They've been in the lottery 4 times since 2016. First time they were in the lottery, 2016, they drafted Denzel Valentine. That's cool. He was a 14th overall pick. He just made the lottery. Fine. Next year, they drafted Wendell Carter Jr. at the number 7 pick. I was hot on Wendell Carter Jr. I thought he was going to be a great player. Traded him away in the Vucevic deal. That's why I don't like the Vucevic deal. Kobe White, 7th overall pick. He's coming off the bench. Like, he's a good player. I feel like he's a knockdown shooter, but like I said, his defense lackluster and his IQ, his basketball IQ, I don't really feel like it's that great. So that's that. And then 2020, Patrick Williams, we drafted him at 4. So, I mean, we've had the opportunity. That's 4 years of being in the lottery. Damn near 4 straight years of being in the lottery. And in those 4 years, the Bulls couldn't do anything with those picks. So do you really think it's going to change now? Especially when you have other teams that are rebuilding as well? Because we're out of the question for this year. We're not going to blow up this year. We're not going to try to tank this year. I don't think we're having a good chance of getting any top whatever picks next year or the year after that. So I don't want this team to be in like that kind of rebuild purgatory, kind of like how the Philadelphia 76ers were when they just kept tanking and taking and hoping and praying like, ooh, this is the year we're going to get our all-star, all-caliber MVP player. Ooh, this is the one. And then you draft a Jahlil Okafor. And then you get a Nerlens Noel. And then you get a Ben Simmons, and then you get a Michael Carter Williams. Like, I don't want to go through that with the Chicago Bulls. I don't. I don't want to just hope and pray. I don't want to just hope and pray that an 8th grader is going to come through and save us. I don't want to hope and pray that a 19-year-old is going to come in and fucking turn this team around. I don't think we are able to win right now, but I don't think blowing the team up and going into complete rebuild mode is the best idea for the Chicago Bulls.
What? So because of that, don't believe that the Bulls will actually hit the sale. I saw some rumors today. It makes me a little bit interested, but I don't believe they're going to be too prideful to sell. This is their first opportunity to run a basketball team, right? I guess it's not true. Carney Shovis has run with the Denver Nuggets and some stuff like that. But they made some brash, harsh, important, big trades for the now, and they might be too prideful to say, hey, we messed up. Let's just reset. Well, Kenny, our pick is top 4 protected. It makes no sense to sell. At this point, I don't even care if that pick can pays for the or ends up being the Orlando Magic pick. They deserve it. They deserve it for finessing us. If the pick ends up being 5, hell yeah, I'm gonna be upset. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, we should have kept the core together because it might have ended up being 9, and 9 is worse for the Orlando Magic. I don't have any ill will to the Orlando Magic at all. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I want it to be top 4, but if it ends up being 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm not mad at the Magic. I'm mad at the front office for giving up that pick. And in the moments, obviously, we were super excited. I vividly remember the Vucevic trade happened. It was just like this.
I hated that, bro. I swear I
excited.
hated that trade.
Bulls hat on. You feel me? I'm like, and the reason was we hadn't done a big time trade in Chicago in some time.
That's
it seemed
true.
like every trade that the Bulls had did at the trade deadline in previous years was selling deals, was to save some money. So we did something. We got an all-star caliber player. He ain't look like an all-star. He said, yeah, but we got an all-star caliber player. I'm excited. I remember they paid DeMar DeRozan up here. It was fun.
Now that I love that day.
And then we start to win and win.
I love that day.
Those times are over. Because if you watch this Bulls game, like I watched this Bulls game, it is apparent that these boys do not give a damn about anything right now. There's no way you give up 100. I still cannot believe
points
the number.
to the
Hold on.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they gave up 130. I think they gave up 130, 140 points today to the Houston Rockets.
Regulation? Nathan Knight was averaging, what, 1 point per game before this game? He gave us 16.
And that's a big problem. I'm not going to watch the whole. They gave up 133 points to the Rockets today. I'm not going to watch the whole video. I might just jump around in it too. But he brought up Nathan Knight a couple of times. Tonight, what's his name? Alvin Sengun today. He's averaging 14 points a game. He had 25 points tonight. And the two things that you can notice from those two players are they are big men. Now, he just said, and he's trying to be PC because he has ties with the Chicago Bulls. He don't want to mess up his ties. I get it, Kenny. I get it. I don't have ties with the Chicago Bulls. I don't ever plan on having ties with the Chicago Bulls. I mean, it'll be nice in the future they throw me a lob. I you know what I'm saying? But I don't have that with them right now. So I'm gonna tell you what he wanted to say. Nikola Vucevic has been playing like fucking garbage since he's gotten to the Chicago Bulls, and it's only getting worse this season. I'm gonna read you Vucevic's stat line for today: 10 points, 3 rebounds. Wait a minute, I said it. In 29 minutes, 7 foot tall Nikola Vucevic pulled down 3 rebounds and gave up 25 points to somebody who was averaging 14 points on the year. Think about that. Now, I'm not going to put everything on Nikola Vucevic. I think he's a big reason that the Bulls are this bad. He can't guard the pick and roll, or shit. He cannot guard the pick and roll. He can't guard interior. He is soft on the inside. He is soft on the inside. Most of the time, I want Billy Donovan to start Andre Drummond over Nikola Vucevic just so we can have that inside presence, just so we can have that pick and roll defender. Now, I'm not saying Andre Drummond is an amazing pick and roll defender, but he's sure as hell better than Nikola Vucevic. He's better than Nikola Vucevic. Let me just see. And then on the flip side, Andre Drummond, and half of the time that Nikola Vucevic had 8 points and 9 rebounds. And half of the time that Nikola Vucevic had 8 points and 9 rebounds. Now, it was fine and dandy these last couple of games because, him, DeMar, and Zach, they didn't score like 20 points in the last 3 or 4 games. Each of them scored 20 points in the last 3 or 4 games. He had built up a good 3-game win streak. It was looking great. And then he came out here and just shit the bed completely. Like he's been shitting the bed the whole season. And that's the thing with Vucevic. he's I wouldn't say he's I wouldn't say he's inconsistent, but he has these nights where I know damn sure I ain't getting no defense from him. So I kind of bank on his offense to make up for it. But if I'm not getting offense and I'm not getting defense, you are just a body out there on the court. You are 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall. How the how are you only pulling down 3 rebounds in 30 minutes? In 30 minutes, you pulled down 3 rebounds. Let's continue. 4 assists, shot 4 for. Damn, my app froze. But I believe he shot 4 for 12 from the field and 1 for 5 from three. That was today against the Rockets, and that's been a problem with Nikola Vucevic's this whole season. When he's out there on the floor, he just looks lazy. He doesn't look like he wants to play for us anymore. And I don't. If you don't want to play for us, don't play for us. Sit out. Don't go out there on the court and do that bullshit. Don't go out there. Don't go out there and only get 3 rebounds in 30 minutes. Don't go out there and shoot 4 for 12, only have 10 points, and chuck up 5 threes. Don't do that. Don't be lazy on the defensive end. Don't do that. Sit out. Take a break. If you need a break, take a break. I understand. But don't go out there playing like that, bro. That's disgusting. Like, and it's so because he's it's so upsetting to me because if you from Chicago, if you from Illinois, and you get to watch the game and you watch the commentators, Stacey King, I don't know who the fuck Stacey King think Vucevic is. I don't know if he think he's prime Dwight Howard, but every time he's going to the paint. It's an easy game when you go into the paint with Vucevic. If Vucevic has a mismatch, like I would be on the same side as Stacey King. I would get mad at DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Alex Caruso. I would get mad at them when they would see the mismatch on Nikola Vucevic and they'll still chuck up a shot. But today, they tried to hit this man in the paint every chance that they could. These guys are early 20s, mid 20s, still teenagers. They're dropping the ball down to Vucevic. He's 5 feet away from the basket, smoking layups, smoking wide open layups, smoking wide open hook shots. You have a whole foot over the man that's guarding you, and you're doing a fadeaway jump shot. Like, it's just mind blowing to me. The he's not playing good, and that's another thing that I feel like. That's why I said in the beginning, some pieces need to be traded, and Vucevic is one of those pieces that needs to be traded. That's why I thought in the offseason we were going to trade for Rudy Gobert. Because even though it's terrible this year, it it was bad last year as well. It's just gotten worse. It's just gotten uncontrollably worse. And plus we're losing. So it's just making it it's a sore thumb. It's sticking out like a sore fucking thumb. Vucevic on the offensive end, inconsistent. You know you're never going to get defense from him on the defensive end. He's soft on the inside. You're 7 feet tall, bro. You're 7 feet tall. How are you? Man, man, it sucks being a Bulls fan. It sucks being a Bulls fan, bro. I swear to you.
He gave us 16, dog. This
Gave
is
us. He
crazy.
didn't give us 16.
And
He
you know
gave
what
Vucevic
bothers me the
16.
most?
He gave
We
Vucevic
always get to
16.
the point we lose. Okay, boom. Another losing streak. We lose 2 times to the New York Knicks, even though not a lot of teams this season has lost back-to-back against the same
Oh,
team.
sorry. And then another thing on the Bulls. This has to do with some of our star defenders being out. The perimeter defense, or more specifically, the 3-point shot. We can't. I don't even know if it's we can't guard the 3-point shot. Teams just get hot from three when we go against them. The New York Knicks, the Houston Rockets today, Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. had like 10 threes each. Sorry, whoa, I'm capping. They didn't have 10 threes each. They had 10 threes between both of them. So they probably had about 5 threes each. The Atlanta Hawks, they were struggling from three, came in and just torched us from three. So it's like the Bulls are just, I feel like they're cursed. I feel like they're cursed at this point.
We're one of the few teams to do that. The Pelicans did it too last week, so maybe we're in good company. Every time we get to the post-game interviews and Billy Donovan is always saying we didn't play hard enough. Whose problem is that? How do we? Okay, Billy, we've heard it for. Well, hold on. How many losses do we have? We've heard it
Nine,
18 times this season, Billy.
now
At what point
19.
does it not end up being that? We cannot have a roster where it's one player that will do all the dirty work. Shout out to Alex Caruso, bro. Like if we end up selling and Alex Caruso ends up on a different team, I'm just gonna be rooting for him because he in the year and a half he's been in Chicago has been amazing. He's been a spark plug. He's done so many great things.
Yeah,
I love him. He cannot be the only one willing to dive on the floor for a ball. He
can't.
cannot be the only one that cares about the defensive side of the ball.
He
And
can't.
it seems like he
And
is.
I don't.
This Bulls team be running with the swagger of a team.
I don't think he. I don't think he is. I think when Alex Caruso is out there on the court, he kind of does motivate them and egg them on because Zach LaVine's defense has improved this season. DeMar DeRozan's perimeter defense has improved in this season. And then we still have guys like Ayo DeSumo and Patrick Williams. And when Andre Drummond is out there on the court, they are scrappy guys. I wouldn't say Alex Caruso is the only scrappy guy on the team. That's just a stretch. When I see Patrick Williams play and when he actually locks in on the defensive end, he's one of the better younger defenders that I have seen today. Ayo DeSumo, his perimeter defense last game Trey Young did go off for like 30 something, but they were tough shots he was making. It was never just defensive lapse on Ayo DeSumo. Like Ayo DeSumo, he's a decent perimeter defender. We have decent defenders, but it's just when Alex Caruso is out there, it just makes him look so much better because he's always on the ground. He always feeling like he hurt himself because he dove on the ground. A lot of the Bulls players die for the basketball. I've seen Kobe White die for the ball a couple of times this season. Same with Ayo DeSumo. So saying that Alex Caruso is the only scrappy guy on the defensive end is kind of, it's kind of disingenuous to that Bulls team when as a unit their defense has shown a bit improvement. I'm not going to say they are great on the defensive end, but they're showing a bit of improvement from individual defenders.
Team that be winning. They won the most amount of games in the first half of the season. Eastern Conference, it was like, oh, this is us. Bro, y'all very far from that. When we get into a game and we go into the fourth quarter down by 10, they're like, all right, now we going to try. Why do we have to be bad for the first 3 quarters for y'all to start working on some stuff? Why can't we, like, okay, I miss the times where the Chicago Bulls had a bunch of players that just cared about winning. I don't feel like that's what this roster is.
Damn.
Again, I have nothing
I
but
felt
love
that.
for a
Hey,
majority
I
of
feel that
people
one,
on
Kenny.
this roster. If we go
That's
heavy
facts.
fire sale, Levine is gone, DeMar,
You can see it in their face. They
I
don't
can still
care.
be fans of these people just in different organizations. That's what I'm doing with Del Carter. That's what I've been doing with Larry Markin. That's what I did with Derrick Rose after the trade. I can still be fans of these people. I just don't want them together on my Chicago Bulls right now. I just don't want them. And the writing was on the wall from the very beginning. When the Vucevic, Levine, and DeMar DeRozan minutes were a net negative in the first season, we should have known. It was a -1.
Oh, wow.
At this point, I don't even want to Google what it's at right now. Last time I checked, it was like -6.5 net rating together. That was like a month ago when they were around 500. They're 7 games under now. I mean, I'm here for everything. And if they do fire sale, I'm not even going to be great in trades. I'm not even going to grade trades. I'm not even going to do it. I'm just going to sit here and accept the fact that it is. And if we do have a fire sale, guess what? I'm going to the goddamn United Center. Because at the end of the day, if we making trades, I hope we make trades for people that play hard. Because I don't know if we do that right now. I don't really.
Hey, I can agree with that. I agree with a lot. I just don't agree with the whole blow the team up. I've never been a fan of blowing up teams, especially a team that's 2 seasons into being created fully, and then they haven't even played a full season together healthy. Like I said before, don't think they're a championship contending team, but I don't want to see the Bulls just be bad for another 5 or 6 years. I don't because it's a rinse and repeat cycle. If they were bad for 5 years, we finally started being good again. It was fool's gold, and now we're in this position. So what are we going to do the next 5 years? Be bad again the next 5 years. Start winning a little bit. Fool's gold. Blow the team up. Bad. Fool's gold. Blow the team up. Bad. Full. It's going to be a repeated cycle. I think we just need to stick out with this team. If we can get something for like a Nikola Vucevic and a Kobe White deal to get a better big man, to get a better rim protector, to get a better rebounder, I feel like that would be good for the Bulls. Um, these guys don't seem like they want to play. These guys don't fight as hard as they should fight every single game. I will agree with that. And it's annoying. It's very annoying because it's annoying for me for a different reason than it's annoying for Kenny. It's annoying for me because I know that this team can win. I know this team can pull together games to win. They just went on a 3-game win streak. Started was It was looking good. It was looking like they were going to turn around. They went on a 3-game win streak, and then they just stunk the bed up today against the Houston Rockets, a tanking team, a team that's supposed to be tanking, a team that's in that rebuilding process, and they just completely shit the bed. So that's why it's frustrating for me. I know what these guys are capable of. I know when they actually go out there and they lock down and they lock in and they don't give up 15, 20-point leads in the first quarter and have to dig their way out of a hole in the second half. I know that this team could string together good wins and make the playoffs and be fun to watch in the playoffs. Like, I'm at the point where I feel like everybody's at the point where if you're not the Milwaukee Bucks, if you're not the Phoenix Suns, if you're not the Boston Celtics, if you're not the Denver Nuggets, you don't expect your team to make the finals. I don't think anybody's expecting the Cleveland Cavaliers to make the finals. Cleveland's not like, oh, we're so good, we can make a finals run. We're going to beat the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks, and then we're going to go to the finals and beat the Denver Nuggets. No, they're not doing that, but they're good. They're fun to watch. And I feel like that's all I want. Because the championships are going to come. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm 23. I'm pretty sure I'm going to see a Bulls title within my lifetime, hopefully. So right now, I'm not really focused on them blowing up and winning right now. I don't care if they don't win in the next 10 years. But as long as they're making the playoffs, making deep runs in the playoffs, making deep runs in the regular season and winning so I can have fun watching them win, it don't matter. I could be 33 and see them win their first championship. It don't matter. But this consistent rebuilding and losing and then rebuilding again is not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. But that's my 2 cents on it. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Peace out.